It's a good look on you. But you might remember I defeated that armor once before.
Once before, I wasn't in it.
Spoiler alert. Welcome to Movie Spy, where we unravel the secrets, dissect the plot, and decode the cinematic magic.
What if?
If you haven't caught this film yet, beware, we're diving deep into spoiler territory. Prepare for an exclusive breakdown that unveils the hidden layers of What If. Now, let's embark on this spoiler-filled adventure together. What If, as Season 2 conclusion, is a fitting continuation of the Season 1 finale.
It's over, Strange. Stay down.
In which the Guardians of the Multiverse came together to defeat Infinity Ultron. Strange Supreme saves Captain Peggy Carter when she stops one reality from invading the Marvel 1602 reality. He leads her to a realm where, in an attempt to save Christine Palmer from dying, he is making amends for blowing up his own universe. Of course, Strange Supreme's concept of atonement is no better. Fan-favorite hero Kahori joins Captain Carter in her quest to stop Strange Supreme. At the conclusion of Season 2's What If, Kahori reshaped the world. Strange made an appearance to her. She was apprehended by Strange Supreme along with several other universe killers, whom he intended to feed into the Forge. Had he done so, the world he destroyed would have been restarted, allowing him additional opportunities to save Christine from dying in the car accident that claimed his life and setting him on the path to becoming a sorcerer. In the end, Strange's hero reappears at the last second, hurling himself into the Forge along with all the horrible creatures he had taken in to become more powerful. Christine is saved, and his universe is restarted, but at the price of deleting himself from history. There isn't a Stephen Strange in that branch of the Marvel Cinematic Universe multiverse. Captain Carter is saved by the Watcher, who promises to bring Kahori back to her realm. However, the conclusion implies that Captain Carter might wind up being the Watcher's doctor's companion in Doctor Who. Captain Carter observed the positive in Odd Supreme. It was disclosed in the previous episode, What If? The Avengers assembled in 1602, that Captain Carter was able to hear the Watcher's narration. The Watcher cautions her against interfering in multiversal issues throughout their conversation. He appears to be right when he cautions her that finding the solution would leave her stuck in the past of a different universe. With the ability to traverse the multiverse on his own, Strange Supreme appears with a request. Before sending her home, he needed to ask for a favor. He tells Peggy that, by apprehending universe killers, he has been able to save his home world and other branches of the multiverse. However, Kahori is also a prisoner of his, and he requests that Captain Carter bring her back.
So, who's our bad guy?
Our bad guy is a she, Captain Carter.
His need to save Christine at all costs is akin to an addiction that will kill others in addition to him. A portion of Strange Supreme, nevertheless, must have known that someone is pure good, as Peggy would choose to support a figure like Kahori over him. Heroes and villains are hurled into the Forge to battle Strange Supreme. They give the heroes their formidable relics, including Ultron's Infinity Stone armor, knowing they are doomed. At the very last second, Strange manages to contain a monster that is forced to surface inside Supreme Strange. In order to save his universe, he gives himself up. For better or worse, Kahori returns all of the inmates to their original timelines in the interim. It's possible that Strange Supreme intended for Captain Carter to vanquish him rather than Kahori, the universe killer. Could the Doctor and his friend be Captain Carter and the Watcher? The pocket universe that Strange Supreme inhabited is destroyed as he offers himself as a sacrifice. Once more defying his own guidelines, the Watcher steps in. He returns Kahori to her universe after saving Peggy, but in his cosmic space, where he can see the multiverse, Peggy is left with him. The Watcher acknowledges that Peggy eventually made it to the enjoyable portion of Strange Supreme after warning her about interfering. It seems that he has reconsidered interfering with her interstellar affairs. Significant ramifications for the MCU's future may result from this. Although Peggy is prepared to return home, she asks the Watcher if he would want to travel the scenic route. He looks thrilled to have someone to finally share the wonders of the multiverse with, much like the Doctor from Doctor Who. He informs her that there is a lot to see, and that their return trip to her home planet will probably involve several detours. Naturally, this might just refer to observation. After all the Watcher does is observe these branch universes. He makes a vow not to get involved, which he violates in both of the season finales of What If. When the multiverse as a whole was in danger in Season 1, Infinity Ultron pressed his hand. However, he might be willing to allow her to play a more active role as a guardian of the multiverse after witnessing what Captain Carter was able to accomplish in the last 2 episodes of Season 2. Will the Watcher and Captain Carter work together to preserve branch timelines? In 2023's TV's most popular superhero series, Loki, the season and maybe series finale left the God of Mischief as the entity that held the multiverse together. The multiverse depicted in What If Strange Supreme Intervened is, in actuality, the same branch chronology world tree as the Loki finale. Considering all the dangers the MCU multiverse is facing, it's possible that the Watcher has made the decision to guard it more actively. He won't tamper with these worlds, but he could just point out an issue to Captain Carter, forcing her to solve it. Naturally, this makes one wonder if Captain Carter runs the risk of becoming into a Watcher-enabled character similar to Strange Supreme. Removing entities from branches of the multiverse before they could be annihilated must have seemed like a smart idea to him. But total authority corrupts totality. It's possible that Peggy did not absorb evil, dark forces to amplify her abilities. However, even the purest of souls may be impacted by choosing the destiny of the entire universe. She might turn into someone who needs to be stopped, much like Strange Supreme, if the Watcher and Peggy ever disagree. She shares Steve Rogers' moral purity from the Prime timeline, although even he wasn't perfect. After all, Steve prevented Wanda Maximoff from destroying the Mind Stone. Had he not, Thanos would not have been able to snap half the cosmos away in 5 years. The Watcher and Peggy traveling around the cosmos most likely serve as a setup for Season 3 and maybe a live-action cameo. There's a good chance Captain Carter will participate in covert operations. In the live-action version of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Captain Carter has already made an appearance. Naturally, the Scarlet Witch took care of this version of the hero rather easily. The Captain Carter of What If is not that variant, since Peggy's home universe did not contain any mutants or Fantastic Four. This implies that Captain Carter, the guardian of the multiverse, may choose to travel at a leisurely pace alongside the Watcher in the upcoming Avengers movies. In addition to making appearances in Avengers, Secret Wars, and Avengers, Kang Dynasty, Captain Carter may have a larger role in live-action films. Haley Atwell might participate in some low-stakes multiverse combat in a limited Disney Plus series or special, if she's up for it. Even the possibility of the return of Mobius, Sophie, or Hunter B-15 to the MCU without reversing Loki's conclusion may be made possible by this. Given how fantastic Captain Carter is, it is obvious that Marvel Studios would want to use her in further storylines. Of course, it's possible that Captain Carter and the Watcher will only go on imagined adventures along picturesque routes. Third season. The third season could have a longer storyline, with Captain Carter traveling between many realities to correct past mistakes, rather than being an anthology of episodes. Marvel Studios would be remiss if they did not fully capitalize on the character's enormous storytelling possibilities in the future. The super soldier Peggy Carter may use some atonement in live action after the events of her first live action version.